Instructions on how to play Specialites. A family and some friends have decided to open a small restaurant and became chefs. Each one of them tried to teach to the others how to make his or her Specialites in order to create the menu of the new restaurant. Will they succeed in creating a tasty menu? Specialites is a cooperative game where the main goal of the players is to create together 3 recipes, 1 breakfast, 1 main dish and 1 dessert or more. Assign a player to be the chef and wear a hat. Shuffle the ingredient cards and give 4 cards to each player and put the rest in a pile facing down in the other side of the table. See rulebook for number of cards for more players. The chef chooses one of the menu cards. Step 1. The chef announces the main category of the dish: breakfast, main dish, dessert. The player on the left side of the chef selects as many ingredient cards as he thinks that may be relevant to the dish. He opens them in front of him, naming as well the ingredients selected. The player asks the chef which of the ingredients he selected are included in the recipe. Then the chef checks for the ingredients that actually are included in the recipe. Then the player puts the correct cards at the center of the table. The rest of the ingredients not mentioned by the chef do not belong to the recipe and the player takes them out of the game. The player then opens the remaining cards from his or her hand which he believes do not fit the recipe by naming each ingredient at the time he opens it. Then he asks the chef again if there is any of them in the recipe. The chef then looks at these ingredients, lists those that are in the recipe according to the menu. This time the player does not put the correct ingredients in the center of the table, but takes them in his or her hand. Then he takes out of the game the ingredients that the chef did not mention. The player takes as many cards from the pile until he has reached 4 cards and finishes his or her round. So the player must remember the ingredients that he had considered not to be in the recipe, but the chef confirmed to be included, so that in the next round he can suggest them. The other players continue in a similar way counterclockwise until the recipe is completed. When the recipe is completed, the players try to guess the name of the recipe based on the ingredients it has by saying one by one what it thinks it is. If they face some difficulties, the chef can help them by saying some things about the recipe or its preparation. At the end, the chef reveals the name of the recipe. Then the player to the left of the chef is chosen as the new chef, so he wears the hat and chooses another recipe. Then all the ingredients cards are shuffled and given again to the players to play in the same way and complete the new recipe. The game ends when the players have succeeded to create 3 recipes, and more specifically 1 breakfast, 1 main dish and 1 dessert. Mode 1. The ingredients that the player thinks that are included in the recipe and those not, will immediately be placed in the center of the table if the chef chooses them. So in no case does the player take back any material, and in each round he only has new ones in his or her hand. Mode 2. The chef does not hide the recipe card, but has it open so that everyone can see it. Mode 3. Before the beginning of the game, ingredient cards are divided in piles of the ingredients that are for a specific menu category chef, for example only ingredients for desserts. The rest ingredient cards remain out of the game. Mode 1. The chef selects a recipe. In addition to the ingredients that are already in the menu card, he adds 1-3 relevant ingredients from the available ingredient cards. Ingredient cards may be printed twice so that one pile has ingredients that the chef can use and the other pile has the ingredients that the players can use. Mode 2. The chef does not use the recipes cards at all. He thinks of a specific recipe by him or herself and write down some ingredients from the cards of the game, 1-7 ingredients. Then he says to the other players if it is a dessert, main dish or breakfast, and the game continues as in the regular game. Mode 3. The overall goal for the number of recipes to be completed by the team is doubled or tripled, for example from 3 recipes to 6 or 9. Mode 4. The chef narrates a recipe and asks ingredients from the players. The players try to help the chef by offering their ingredient cards which are closer to the recipe. In every round, each player can also take out of the game 2 ingredients in each round and replace them with 2 new ingredients in order to find ingredients that can pursue the chef to choose them. Here you can see the dementia stages and levels of the games. The game affects the following cognitive skills: observation, attention, language skills, concentration, coordination, problem-solving skills, reasoning skills, creativity, cognitive stimulation, stimulated perception, perceptionosis, executive functions. The players with dementia involved in the games benefit also in their behavioral symptoms: less irritability, aggression and anger, less anxiety and agitation, deal with depression. The game affects the following social skills: socialization, communication, teamwork, collaboration, association with younger people. The players with dementia involved in the games benefit also in their emotional state: sense of enhanced mood, satisfaction, sense of achievement, alleviation of boredom, self-confidence, self-esteem, sense of belonging, reminiscence, enjoyment of the challenge. Thank you.